Guten Morgen von Europa-Park. This place has won the best theme park in the world 10 times. So you can imagine I am absolutely buzzing to be here and get on everything. I'm here for 2 days, so there will be a second vlog later this week. Make sure you're subscribed for that. But there are so many attractions in here that I am desperate to get on. I do have the chest harness because you are allowed on-ride POVs, so we'll have some of that. But this place already looks stunning. I'm barely in the door. So let's get inside and get on some of these cracking rides, shall we? Right, technically the park hasn't opened yet. In fact, if you go on the app it says closed, although there are queue times. So I've come on the most extreme ride I could find. I mean, it's got pedals, but hold on. I don't need to pedal, I can't even pedal. I've got big clunky boots on. Yeah, thought we'd just get a wee kind of nosy around the place. I do want to try and start on Voltron, although I suspect a lot of people will do that, and it's probably going to have a massive queue. Let's find out, shall we? That wasn't Voltron. That was Geister Slosh. There goes Train, which is interesting. It started kind of like Phantom Manor with a kind of room, and then it's the same sort of idea. It's an ollie mover, very, very well. Yeah, the floor was vibrating in that first room with the kind of pictures growing. Very, very well themed. Yeah, excellent. There are massive queues forming. They're obviously holding people ready to open, so hopefully the place is big enough that they all disperse. I was told this was a quiet time of year, so let's see if it is. Voltron? Right, it's not been a 10-minute queue, but it has been very quick and it's been moving really well. And I'm really glad we got to see the Tesla coils. Those lockers are pretty cool, like really efficient as you'd expect over here. No scarves and no hats. I don't think the sign said that until after. But anyway, we are now about to get on the ride, so see you when I get off. Whoa! That's something else. We were really lucky. For my first shot, I actually managed to get front row, which means I've got a nice clear POV. I took the outside seat because I'd heard they were bouncy and I didn't want Carly to have that. It was very bouncy, but still very, very enjoyable, very forceful, and it's bloody freezing. So, yeah, right, that's woke me up. Now I'm going to go and get some breakfast. See you in a minute. I'm not going to be getting on that because clearly it is not running. However, we did just do Atlantis, I think it was. A little shorter thing. It had a 1 minute queue, so it would be silly not to. We were next to Euromere, so I think I might go and do that next. Yeah, the theming at this place is absolutely amazing. So well done. Right, let's find the next ride, and I'll see you over there. I'll change of plan. Euromere is not open right now. I'll have a look at a map and find out what's nearby. So we'll do that instead. So it turns out we're right next to their new ride, Ed and Edna's Grand Prix Adventure, or Adventure, which is the gameplay theatre. Obviously I did the one at Polton's, the smaller version. This is the large one. So let's see what it looks like over here, shall we?
So dramatisch, dass das Ganze jetzt sogar verfilmt wird.
Hey, there we we go. That is Ed and Edda's adventure. Hey, listen, it's a really, really, really clever system. That kind of whole kind of rotating theatre thing. That one is almost entirely screen-based though. Like the one in Polton's has loads of physical sets, which I actually think is a lot better. That thing's huge though. It takes like 3 cars at a time and then cycles them through. So listen, it's good. But yeah, the one in Polton's is definitely better. Right, let's see if we can actually get on a coaster, shall we? Right, set of swings. You know, like a set of swings, but we're going to start on the Alpine Express, the Runaway Mine Train. Let's go get that one done, shall we? Choo choo. A nice wee 2-lap special there on Alpine Express. Actually surprisingly fast for a powered coaster. Not thrilling in any shape or form, obviously. I've had a look, we're about the same distance from Pirates in Batavia and Arthur. Opposite directions, annoyingly. But I think we're going to head over towards Arthur, because I want to do that. Especially because of the random bit of Snoop Dogg. Yep. Right, let's see over there.
Ich lege meinen Satz.
That's a lot of fun. It's really, really well done. Brilliant kind of animatronics and scenery and stuff. I mean, that Snoop Dogg section is just random. Carly was, I mean, she knew about it, but she was still kind of taken aback by it when it happened. Because it's just so... I actually thought that was kind of one of a kind. But I had a look in the queue. Turns out there's 3 right now, and there soon will be a 4th. There's one in Beijing, Universal. There's one somewhere else, and then they're building one in Mexico. So a great ride system, fantastic. I think I might try and get over at Pirates in Batavia next. I might not. So I'll see you wherever I end up.
Qui viendront nous barrer la route comme la terrible Lifou.
That was really, really, really well done. And I keep lucking out and getting the front row without even asking, which is fantastic. I don't know where I would put that one. I know a lot of people say better than Pirates of the Caribbean. I really like Pirates of the Caribbean, I really like that, and I really like Fata Morgana over in Efteling as well. I think they're all just fantastic. But I have no idea what's next. I don't know if it's food or another ride. But see you there. That was a lot of fun. It was a hell of a lot of fun, but it's really, really cold. So my face was freezing, and Carly was holding on to her hat the whole way round. So yeah, that was brilliant. Right, can I see me in a photo? Yes, there's us in the photo. Right, let's go and get some grub, because I'm starving. And then we've still got a couple of big coasters to do. I don't know where we're going to eat, but we'll find something. See you in a minute. Right, I've decided to go for their meatballs, which look delicious with everything. And Carly's waiting on a vegan escalope right now. So, I'm absolutely starving. I've got to tuck into this. I mean, we're kind of near Blue Flyer, so that might be the first thing after lunch. See you in a minute. That's the old belly full. That was quite tasty. And as I said, Blue Flyer was right next to us. And it's only got a 15-minute wait. So, it would kind of be rude not to. I don't know if I'm allowed to wait for front row on this one for POV, but we shall find out. I've been watching it whilst I was having food, and I know that it absolutely shoots you out of the station, and then it very slowly crests over that hill, to the point that it looks like it's going to stall, and I'm pretty sure at one point it did. Let's hope it doesn't do that for us, because it's bloody cold. See you when I get off.
Dat is een extra daarop.
I love how they've got front row queues here. I mean, obviously not in Voltron, there's a reason for that, but yeah, another front row, that was fantastic. I mean, obviously that makes Icon look like Child's Play. It's much longer, faster, although it's weird because that launch is really punchy and then you really do struggle to get up and over that first little bit. But it was just a lot of fun. A lot of fun, and obviously that little indoor section at the start. Brilliant! Right, I think I'm going to try and get over to Silver Star. I have no idea where that is. It's probably nowhere near me. But I'd like to get the big coasters done. I do have a virtual queue for Euromere 5:30? And I can't tell the time because my Ring doorbell's just gone. Yeah, so it's either going to be Euromere if it's that now, or it's going to be Silver Star. See you on one of those. Oh, one other random thing. They were only running 2 trains at one point because they kept coming out and sloshing water over the back seat. I'm going to assume somebody had a little bit of a upset stomach. Eek. One small criticism, and it's the only thing so far, because this place is amazing. Their app is great, but the directions on it aren't. Like, it's sort of... I don't know if you can see that, you probably can't. But it's basically... like, it's got a line to tell me where to go, but it doesn't, like, rotate the map as you go, so you've got to try and orientate it, and I've ended up going the wrong way, and maybe I'm just a dumbass and I can't read a map. Who knows? But anyway, 5 minutes away from Silver Star. It's got a 15-minute queue. Then we'll get back to Euromere. And I've still got tons of credits to do. I'm glad I'm here tomorrow. Right, Silver Star it is. See you over there. There's loads of teases here about Monaco, which we know is their new area for next year. We don't know what's in it, but it does look like there's like a silhouette of a typical Mack train. So I wonder what ride type is going to be, or ride types, because there's a whole new area coming in 2026. This place is just constantly adding stuff. It's mental. It's great to see. Right, let's go and freeze my nuts off on Silver Star. Whew. Right, that's one of those B&M gigas, hypers, big B&Ms that I've really enjoyed. It wasn't my nuts I froze off, it was my forehead. Holy moly, that is chilly. That is absolutely bonkers. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Right, we've got about 15 minutes to get over our virtual queue on Euromere. The ride that's getting removed in a couple of years, or next year, or it's getting replaced in 27, 28. So, yeah, let's go and get a shot on that whilst it still exists. That is very well done with all those lights. Beautiful. I mean, you can say that about this whole park. It is stunning. I haven't found one bit that I'm like, oh, that needs some TLC. Just amazing. And, you know, they're pumping more money in. But then I was sort of saying to Carly in that last queue, not only did they make money from the park, they sell rides. Where's the virtual queue? I don't know where the virtual queue is, so I'm going to go and find that. And see you in a minute. Bye.
C'est tellement stylé.
That's an odd little thing. I'm glad I did it. I'm not overly fussed that they're removing it though, and I do wonder if it's got anything to do with the fact it's kind of themed on Russia. It's weird, like that lift hill takes forever. And then Carly wasn't a huge fan when you're all the way up the top there, hanging off the edge of a building. She didn't like that part. And then, I mean, it sort of spins a little bit, doesn't spin a bit. And then coming back down though, we were facing backwards. That was pretty intense. That was pretty intense. Listen, it's not a bad ride, but Matt can do so much better, so I'm really keen to see what they put in its place. Nonetheless, I'm glad I did it. Right, there's about an hour and a bit left of the park, and it's clearly getting dark because I've got a bright light in my face. So let's see what else we're going to do, shall we? Right, we're going to go and do the Swiss Bob because it says it's 5 minutes. And I've heard that it's not as good as the one in Blackpool. Am I going the right way? This feels like we're going the wrong way. This, yes. This isn't, we haven't got a clue where we're going. It's above us, rumbling around. Yeah, I've heard this isn't as good as Blackpool's, even though it's significantly longer. So let's get on it and find out, shall we? See you in a minute. I understand. It's okay. And listen, it's a throughput machine. They're chucking 4 trains along that, although they were stacking on the brake run. There's bits of it that are reasonable and got some force. And there's a lot of boring bits. So, yeah, I kind of get why people say that the Blackpool version is better. Right, somewhere around here is the Matterhorn Blitz. And Carly's wandering aimlessly and I'm following her. So, we'll find that and get that one done as well, shall we? Matterhorn Blitz. That was a bit crazy. That was properly like chucking you all over the shop. Trim brakes, not in places you'd expect. So there's bits where you're like, oh, this should have a trim. No. And then other bits you're like, what? Why did you trim it? And then the brakes at the end are pretty severe. But it was only 15 minutes, so not bad. Listen, I am taking POVs whilst I'm here. And next week, I'm launching a second channel specifically for POVs. I'm going to stop putting them on the main channel because they've got a separate audience really. So if you are interested in POVs, make sure you look out for that one because there will be a new channel and I've got over 200 POVs already loaded up to the channel that will be coming out over the coming months, including all these ones. So, right, I want to end on Voltron, but I want to see if I can sneak something else in first. So I'll see you somewhere. Right, if the queue chimes are right, we're going to do the Can-Can Eurosat Can-Can coaster and then get back over there for Voltron to end the day. Let's see if this is any good, shall we? It's in the dark, so this one's probably not going to have a POV. See you in a minute. Hey, Eurosat Can-Can done. That was way less than the 35 minutes, which is fantastic. So we have plenty of time to go over to Voltron. Carly was in stitches the whole way around. I'll admit, I don't know if I put any clip in because it is very dark. I did try and film. But there was a dude behind us who was just like the whole way around the ride. Did not take a breath. Like, hilarious. So, right, this will probably be our last ride because there's 30 to 40 minutes left of the park. So we'll get on Voltron in the dark. I might take the camera with me, I might not. And I'll speak to you when I get off. See you in a minute. Whoa! Wow! Right, what are the chances? That is 2 times I've been on that, and both times I got front row. I also made a bit of a boo-boo on that one. I've got zippy pockets, and last time left my phone in the zippy pocket. Lots of people doing similar. Daftly, I took my phone out of my pocket and I was playing on it in the queue line, and the woman sent me all the way back to the lockers to put the phone away. They don't have, like, it's the same sort of deal at Fly at Phantasialand, but they've got metal detectors. They don't have them here, so they just look at you and go, yep, you look okay. So I had stuff in my pockets, but it was zipped up. Anyway, that second shot was absolutely fantastic. That thing is absolutely flying. My head is freezing yet again. So we're going to go and get some dinner, and I'll be back tomorrow for part 2. So make sure you're subscribed for the next vlog. I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad. See you in the next one.